Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name's Laura and today we are going to do a pick a card or pick a plant reading, and we're going to be asking any question that you want and I will give you a yes, no, or maybe answer. We will also go over some timing predictions for the question that you ask or the subject that you ask about. So what I need you to do now is pause this video and ask your question or multiple questions, and if you are asking multiple questions, write them each down and ask one by one. And so you ask your first question, you take a look at all of the plants on screen, you select whichever plant you feel most drawn to, and then you go ahead and repeat that process for each question that you ask. We have 6 different plants or groups on screen, so once you've selected your group, you can watch through or you can skip ahead to your reading using the timestamps down below. While you guys are selecting, I just want to express my gratitude for everyone who watches this channel. I love you guys so much. Thank you all for subscribing, commenting, and participating in this community. It's adorable. I love it. I want to let you guys know about this special reading I just put up on my website. That will be a limited time offer. I will only be offering this reading until the end of January 2024, and this is the 2024 tarot and mediumship reading. It is 1 whole hour long, and you will have the opportunity to email me your questions, topics, and concerns for the year ahead, and I will do a whole year ahead reading for you. I will tune into your spirit guides, your ancestors, and get some messages for you for this year ahead. It's very thorough. It's amazing. It's my favorite way to start out the year ahead, and I wanted to offer you guys this, so I'm just so excited for that. The link to that is in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. And I really hope to connect with some of you guys in this way. It is amazing. There's no scheduling, by the way. You will email me or send me like a audio file or video file, whatever you want, of you asking your questions, and then I will send you your hour-long video back, and it is personalized just for you. It's amazing, so go ahead and get that. All right, let's dive into your reading now. Hello, group number 1, and welcome. Let's see what the answer to your question is. Yes, no, maybe so, and let's see if we can get any timing messages along with that. So your astro dice that came out is Scorpio moon in the 3rd house. So a Scorpio moon is very, very intense, emotional. I'm seeing things to do with contracts, signing of paperwork. Some of you may be asking about moving. Others of you may be asking about partnership, like marriage, business partnership. Some of you may even be talking about buying property with someone or some sort of legal contract that you sign with someone. Okay, so this could also have to do with contract work I'm seeing, but whatever you asked about, there may be a lot of emotions attached to the question at hand. Emotions may be running deep when it comes to what you're asking about, and there is definitely a lot of communication that has to happen. Also, with the house of Gemini here, with the 3rd house, I'm just seeing expansion that's needing to happen, a change that's needing to happen, and this doesn't necessarily have to do with Gemini energy. It's just the number 3 in general, numerologically. It has to do with changes. So it's like there's some things about what you asked that needs to change, that needs to be communicated about. But we do see you deeply emotionally attached to the question that you asked. And there's a lot to do here with partnerships and life-changing events, maybe even inheritance for some of you. Some of you may be asking for some money that is owed to you, taxes, paperwork, things like that. So let's see what cards came out for you and get a yes or a no, maybe so answer. We have ask for help from others. Okay. So before we get a yes or no, if we even get a yes or no answer from this, there are elements of what you are asking about that involves other people. I see that very, very heavily with the 3rd house, with the Scorpio sign coming out. You know, 3rd house represents the types of connection in our lives that we don't really have control over, like our neighbors, our siblings, coworkers, employers, people like that. You know, it's like you can't choose who these people are. They're just there. So I feel like you may need to communicate more and get the details down with other people when it comes to whatever you're asking about. So I am seeing that. We have mutable moon, nothing is yet set in stone. Okay. This actually gives us a very clear answer that there, you guys are going to get so annoyed with me. There isn't a yes or no answer to what you're asking right now. Spirit is saying that the energies are so changeable at this time, and you're needing to get more information, take more initiative, more action, and definitely communicate. Another thing I'm seeing here, whatever you're asking about, go ahead and receive all of the help that you can, okay? Especially with Scorpio coming out, I feel like for some of you, there may be some legal or like government benefit that will help you with what you're asking about. I know that seems strange. For example, if you're buying a house and it's like your first property, this is saying like look into if there's any grants or assistance that you can receive for that. Also, whatever you're asking about, ask your friends, your family, or just talk to them about what's happening here, and ask if they can help in any way, no matter what your situation is, because I think you'll be surprised at the help that is waiting for you, okay? But definitely with the mutable moon, I am seeing there really isn't a clear outcome here, guys. I'm seeing a lot of different future paths that's currently available to you. But like I said, you need more information. There may be other people involved in the situation that also have not made up their mind yet. So they could be indecisive. And here's the thing. It's really hard as a reader to give a prediction when there are other people involved that have not made up their mind, because you have an infinite amount of future paths available to you, and you're constantly changing your reality, changing the course of your life based off of every decision that you make. So when there are other people in your life who need to make a decision, as a reader, I can't say like 100% like this is the path that you're going to be on, especially if that person is nowhere near making a decision yet. So things are very changeable right now. And if you notice this mutable moon, the waves are very rough, very violent. And you literally have the moon and Scorpio coming out. So whatever you're asking about, it feels very emotional. But there is definitely room for things to still go your way here and to achieve the outcome that you want to achieve. It's just going to take a little bit, okay? A little bit of work, a little bit of communication. But the energy is definitely changeable. So I wanted to get an animal spirit out for you guys to kind of just look into how this question that you asked will unfold, and at what pace, what speed, how is it going to move forward. Okay, we have lion. Okay, this situation will move forward. You will get the answer you need by being very assertive and for kind of like demanding answers and taking the lead, taking action. Okay, this is fire energy, very passionate. Like I said, lots of emotions involved. Also standing up for yourself, advocating for yourself, and again, getting all of the help that you can. So yeah, I think we have a pretty clear picture of what you need to do in order to manifest the outcome that you want here. I feel, even though we couldn't get a clear yes or no yet, the outcome that you want to happen is still available to you. Spirit is saying that very strongly. But you're really gonna have to advocate for it, talk about it, try to get help from others, etc. So let's see. We have the 7 of Fire in reverse. This is literally exactly what I just said. 7 of Wands is a card about defending oneself. You may be on unfair footing. I do want to say that. Okay, so as of right now, you may not be in the best position to receive the outcome that you want fully. Okay, you may have a lack of privilege, a lack of resources, or people may not see you exactly how they should be looking at you or how you want to be perceived. So there may be a little bit of defensiveness coming from you, or like self-advocacy that is needed here. Okay, you may not be on 100% fair footing in this fight to get the outcome that you want. 7 of Fire in reversed is saying though, like, be very bold, be very assertive, ask for help everywhere. Those of you who are asking about a legal situation, I feel like if you ask for, I don't know, how do I put this? I've never been involved in any legal situation, so I don't know the names of these things, but I've only seen this in like TV, so, you know, don't shoot me if this is wrong. But I've seen in like TV shows before, during like legal battles, people will sometimes like get a letter or have someone show up to the to court and defend their character. So like having a friend show up and being like, hey, this person is amazing, they would never do that, blah, 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 blah. Having someone fight on your behalf. Okay, I am seeing that may be necessary. If you are involved in a legal matter, I feel very strongly that you might want to get a lawyer. If you can't afford a lawyer, do what I just said. And now listen, guys, I'm like the worst person to get legal advice from. Okay, this is not a channel that offers legal advice. So let me just say that first and foremost. Like, this is just being channeled. Okay, I'm channeling these messages, but I feel very strongly, no matter what your situation is, get help. Okay, have people help you in this, because you may be fighting an unfair battle, or you may not have as much resources or privileges as other people in this scenario. So really advocate for yourself, be very confident in yourself, and take a lot of action here. Okay, the energy is still changeable. Okay, it's not over yet. We have the King of Fire in reverse. Wow, okay. So I am seeing someone involved in this situation that is sort of like, I don't know why the word stubborn just came to my mind, but it feels like someone who is more old school, you know, like, and this could be a boss, this could be a judge, a lawyer, a father figure, family member. I don't know who this is. You might know who this is. Listen to your intuition. But they feel very old school and like my way or the highway. However, I feel also that their heart is not completely made out of stone. Okay, so while they are predispositioned to not take your side on things or not want to help you, I feel if you really defend yourself in a kind way, stand up for yourself and be confident, be brave, they will gain a lot of respect for you. For example, some of you guys, you may get the feeling that someone does not like you, whether it's a landlord or like in-laws or something like that. And you know, Spirit's saying their feelings aren't 100% decided on you yet. So if you're brave and confident, go up and say, hi, how are you? You know, and really go out of your way to be friendly or warm or whatever. You can really melt that wall down easily. Okay, and you can ask your partner or, you know, someone to sort of like stand up for you as well, or even just give you advice on like how to navigate the situation. I am seeing a difficult person involved in all of this, whatever you're dealing with here. And you know what? I feel like you can work with them. Okay, Gemini, third house energy is what we're dealing with here. These are people who you can't choose whether or not they're in your life. They are in your life, okay? Landlords, siblings, neighbors, baby moms, baby dads, family members, people like that. You know, you can't choose who your family is. You can't choose this, that, the third. So these are people you have to put up with, in a sense. And Spirit's saying, you know, you can change the course here and get on good footing with them. Third card out is the Page of Fire. Exactly, a new start coming up. I feel like this person, whoever they may be, will start to view you in a much more warm way. Like you're just adorable. You are a self-starter, very confident, like a little lion cub. And I don't know why I'm viewing it as like you're the cub. So maybe this person's a lot older than you. And they just like your fire. They like your zest. So that is really interesting. So I want to try to get some timing messages, but I feel like both of these questions, yes, no, maybe, and then having a timing message as well, they're some of the most difficult answers to get from Spirit during readings because, you know, timing is never set in stone. Okay, the timing of situations are always changing. And also, you know, a lot of questions aren't so straightforward as yes, no, or maybe, even if we think it is. So yeah, let's see important dates or timing that will play out in the situation. So I want to get 3 timing messages. I want to get a very short-term timing, mid-term, and long-term because you are all asking about different things. So yeah, let's just see it. Okay, short-term timing, we have 5 of Cups in reverse. So this could be 5 days, 5 weeks. For some of you, it could even be 5 hours, okay? And short-term timing, I feel like what's going to happen in the short term with this situation is a lot of healing is taking place. I feel like relationships will be improving in the short term, in the upcoming future, near future. And I'm seeing your attitude about whatever you're asking about improving, okay? Because I feel like whatever you're asking about, there is a like slight heaviness, like a slight heavy undertone here. Like there may be a little bit of negativity that you're feeling towards whatever you're asking about, or you may be sensing some tensions are high, whatever. And I feel like short term, in the next 5 days to weeks, the mood will be improving, okay? People will be getting along better. But if there's a significant event that you're asking about, that you're waiting for, and this short-term timing resonates for when that will happen, run with it, okay? Listen to your intuition. We'll get some more timing. Let's get the midterm timing message. We have 9 of Cups in reversed. Okay, so this would be like 9 weeks to 9 months. And I see during this time period, with the situation that you asked about, there is a greater focus on independence, being on your own. Some of you guys may be single or happily, like self-love. I don't know why this is coming out. Really advocating for yourself. And we see a greater amount of happiness coming in for this situation and the outcome. So I like that we go from 5 of Cups to 9 of Cups. It does show increasing your peace, your contentment with this situation that you're asking about. Like it feels like there may be some negativity now, but you're coming to terms with everything that's going on with what you're asking about. There's an increased sense of peace, and the world around you is sort of growing around the situation. So there's a lot to enjoy. Let's get a long-term message here. Okay. And also, if you're, again, asking when will something specific happen with the situation you're asking about, and 9 weeks to 9 months resonates with you, run with it. If I had to pick one of them, I'd say like 9 months. But again, listen to your intuition. All right, long-term timing. We have 7 of Wands reversed again, again coming out, and Knight of Cups reversed. Okay, this is an interesting combo. You know, I didn't really think when I was starting to ask these timing messages what I would do with the court cards. Like, what are they representing? Now, Knights usually do represent fast movement, fast speed. 7 of Wands, though, is giving me 7 years of something, okay? So think about that. What does 7 years mean for some of you? Or this could be like 7 years from now, you're going to be in a completely different headspace situation when it comes to this question that you're asking about. Again, though, I think it's very significant that the 7 of Wands is coming out twice in your reading. And again, 7 of Wands talks about defending yourself, standing up for yourself, advocating for yourself, and for the outcome that you want here. So I think that's extremely significant. Now, some of you may feel like in the pursuit of trying to get what you want and what you deserve, you don't want to come off as too harsh. You don't want the love to be tinted here. You don't want, it's like, how do I put this? Some of you are wanting to be sweet and kind and not like go too far. But I almost feel like you have to drop that. When you're sweet and kind and you let people treat you like a doormat and like, you know what I mean? There's a fine line between being nice and being respected. And I feel like this reading is really asking you to find that line, and stand up for yourself here and what you want here, while also taking other people's opinions into consideration. Interesting. If you're asking about love, I do wonder how that's going to play out, because, these cards do show like currently the energy may be more on the negative side. There's nothing set in stone in this relationship if you are asking about love yet, but you may intuitively feel like it may be coming to an end or close, and there may be some drama with your partner's family. There may also be some drama with like you standing up for what you need in a relationship and them getting defensive. Nine of Wands reverse can also show that someone who's overly defensive, same as King of Wands reverse, someone who's overly defensive. And it's like, you know, do you even care about my happiness? So for a lot of you, if you did ask about love, I am a little bit concerned about that. And again, nothing's set in stone here. But I mean, if with the Knight of Cups in reverse, I almost feel like a lot of you guys, if the timing for this is 7 years, you will not be happy. Okay, with the Knight of Cups reverse, it's like your feelings will go away and you'll no longer want this to work out in the way that you wanted it to work out right now. Okay, so I am seeing here maybe the shorter term or midterm messages may resonate a lot more for you guys, but I know this reading wasn't exactly clear cut. I swear to God, every time I do the yes, no, or maybe reading, most of them are pretty, not like vague, but like never clear cut. And guys, this happens all the time. Like spirit really does not like giving like solid yes or no answers because life is so complex. And 99% of things in life, it's not just black and white, you know, it's gray. So I hope this somehow resonated with you and will help you move forward, decide anything you need to decide, and give you the advice that you need on what you asked about, okay? Thank you guys for joining me. Bye-bye. Hello, group number 2, and welcome. Let's get a yes, no, maybe so answer for the question you asked, and maybe even get some timing messages for you. With your Astro Dice, you have the Sun in Taurus in the 12th house. Now, the Sun is telling me that the question that you asked about probably pertains to yourself, your personal journey, your future, where things are going, or an issue that you're having in your world. Taurus is showing me that this may be pertaining to money, career, your belongings, your property, your assets. And also I'm seeing here the issue that you're asking about may be due to a resistance to change. Okay, so if that resonates, it resonates. If you're asking for like when something's going to happen and you've been waiting and waiting and waiting for this to happen, Taurus is definitely showing that you need to make a change in order for the outcome that you want here. And I see that again in the 12th house. The 12th house is the house of karma, spirituality, and deep repressed energies, and you know what we came into this world to work through. So whatever you asked about, it's definitely a personal karmic issue that will involve some changes. So whatever you're doing right now, I do feel like there is room to grow. There is room to adjust. You may have been stuck in some repeating patterns when it comes to whatever you asked about. And if you're ever stuck in a repeating pattern, that means you need to do something differently to get out of it. But let's see. We have a year from now. Okay, so we already have a timing message coming through. 1 year from now, there will be major developments in whatever you are asking about. Yeah. All right. We have, wow, Taurus coming out again. Taurus season might be another significant time for this to play out. Taurus season is like mid to end January, March, April, and like beginning of May. So that may be an important time for you, especially around the new moon in Taurus. And it says, look at that, prosperity lies ahead. So guys, if you're asking about money, the energy is looking really, really good. Okay. And I feel like whatever answer, yes, no, maybe so, if you're asking about money that is favorable for you is most likely the answer. So or it's just a yes answer, you know. New moons really give me that yes answer if yes is the answer that you're looking for. Basically what I'm trying to say here is the energy is positive for what you're asking about. However, that doesn't mean like you can just say like, okay, this will work out, and then you just wait, do, and keep doing the same thing you've been doing. No. Okay, Taurus, if we look at this animal here, the bull, it wants you to charge ahead. It wants you to keep going. And as you keep going, also implement new ideas, new tricks, new things to do in order to really propel this question that you're asking about in the direction that you want it to go in. But if you, property or money questions, the answer is very favorable, okay? We have the tiger spirit. So the reason why I wanted to use the spirit animals for today's reading is because I wanted to see how events will move forward for you in the question that you asked about. And if we think about how tigers move, they are very intuitive and they use all of their senses, and they do move very slowly and they keep things private. I'm seeing you moving in silence almost. So if any of you have a business or some sort of thing that's in development, maybe some of you are pregnant, maybe some of you have a relationship that you're excited about, maybe some of you just got a new job, I almost see you keeping it quiet and just really listening to your own intuition on how to move forward with this before you tell anyone. So I am seeing a little bit of secrecy here. And also the tiger spirit, I've noticed in my personal readings and like just talking to spirits, tiger spirits tend to hang around people who are very psychic, connected to the moon, or entrepreneurs and business people. So I just really feel like a lot of you, how you're navigating the question that you asked about is you are listening to your intuition and what that's saying first and foremost. And honestly, some of you guys may be better off not even really asking too many people for their advice or their opinions on what you're asking about, because sometimes that can cloud our intuition. But tiger spirits, they get what they want, really. And, you know, they start by moving slow and really feeling a situation out with all of their senses and tracking it down. Okay, tiger spirits do represent ambition as well. So a lot of you may have asked about, you know, is this going to happen? Talking about something that you want to manifest for yourself, such as success or money or something like that. And I really feel strongly that the answer is yes. And I see you moving very intelligently towards it, ambitiously, not giving up. And then what I see is going to happen is that once the finish line of what you want to achieve is in sight, you are going to charge and put all of your energy into making this happen and really go balls to the wall to make this happen. So the way you move towards the outcome you want here is very interesting, because we see you keeping it a secret. We see you moving slowly with a very keen perception and allowing your intuition to guide you. Some of you may even be driven by your dreams. Your dreams maybe giving you information into what you're asking about and giving you insights into how you should move here. And then once it's in sight, it's like the walls come down and like, or this dam breaks open and you just charge and it is like the floodgates open. For example, I really feel like a lot of you asked about career, career, money, ambition, like something you want to manifest personally for yourself. However, if any of you did ask about love, I feel like this is a situation where it moves slowly at first. You're really listening into your intuition and perceiving everything about this person, seeing how you feel, and really not telling that many people about this person. And then it's like once you know that this person is yours, it's like the floodgates open and all these feelings come out and you start posting each other online and like you tell everyone in your life. So it's something like that, which also reminds me of like pregnancy as well. You know, a lot of people keep pregnancy secret for the first 3 months. And then it's like, if they're really excited, it's like after those 3 months, it's like, I'm telling everyone and we're going to plan a baby shower and I'm going to start, you know, building the nursery or whatever. So it's like all these changes start flooding in after that period of moving slow, listening to your intuition and just kind of keeping it to yourself. Okay. It's almost like you want to make sure that success is ensured here before you start telling people about this. I feel like that would be the wisest way to get your desired outcome in this question that you asked about. And then it's not even like after you've achieved success, it's like once you know for sure like this will be successful, even if that success has not come yet, I feel like you're gonna like break the news to everyone about like what's been going on in your life. So very interesting. Also, I'm seeing here, this may not be a white tiger, but in the drawing it looks like a white tiger. White tigers represent financial prosperity, and you have Taurus coming out twice here and the sun. So I just keep seeing money for you guys. So if you've asked about money, this is a wonderful reading. Or some sort of like career business success. Okay, let's move forward. We have the messenger of fire in reversed. Okay. So this is like the Knight of Wands in reversed here. And I feel like you guys have a lot of passion, a lot of drive, a lot of energy, creativity. I think the problem that does arise in this situation that you're asking about is that I feel like you change your focus like every 2 minutes. Like, it's like something could be taking its time to grow and move forward, and it's like you have so much hyperactivity and you're like just waiting, and something may be ready, like there may be a good momentum building here, and then it's like you just have to shake things up. And Spirit's saying sometimes that pattern can get in the way of the growth that you want. For example, some of you may be building a business up and you have a really good routine. Like, let's say that you have a podcast and you want to make good money from that podcast. You want to grow it to be as big of an audience as possible. And you may be having a solid posting schedule every week, and like you have your niche, you have your topics that you talk about, and then you do that for like a few weeks, and then you're like, oh my gosh, like I'm getting bored, like there's not enough results, maybe I need to like change the niche, maybe I need to rebrand, maybe I need to talk about something totally off topic. And Spirit's saying, if you just keep going, doing what you're doing what works, okay, you will achieve that success. Keep doing what's work. If it's not broken, don't fix it, okay? If you just keep that steady rhythm, that steady routine, you're gonna get there, okay? Like, I'm seeing for some of you, if you have a business, I'm hearing this message of do what works, okay? For example, I have a YouTube channel, and I feel like I could really resonate with this group, actually. I have a YouTube channel, obviously, you're watching, and in November, I decided, you know what? I'm just gonna film all of the pick a card readings that I know a ton of people watch. Like, I just feel like doing all of the most popular videos that are on this channel. That's why I'm doing the yes or no reading, because a lot of you guys love the yes or no reading. And I don't know, I feel like a similar message coming through for you guys. Keep doing what works. Or like if you're dating someone and you're asking about the relationship and you know that there's a certain activity that you guys love to do together, why not keep doing that like every week? And sure, you can like do other things on the side as well, whatever, but like do what you know works, what'll keep growing this connection. So I don't know, I'm seeing something like that. We have the Four of Earth in reverse, okay. Some of you may be dealing with some insecurities. Insecurities that you don't have enough money, or insecurities like if you ask about love, like it's not 100% secure yet, like you don't have that commitment yet. And I feel like this is going back to your karma, okay? This may have been an issue rooted in childhood. Some of you may have grown up in poverty or really lacking the love, the support, the attention that you need. And so you have these fears, these insecurities around that. And now in life, you're trying to manifest a certain outcome with what you asked about. And you're really doubting your ability to manifest it because of the insecurities that you have that are rooted in childhood. So I feel like there is a psychological component to this where some of you may self-sabotage, and that may be why you keep changing focus so often, because it's like, oh my God, this isn't working. Like I gotta do something else, or like I gotta run away. I gotta start a fight. Like, I don't know. It's because you're afraid of this person leaving. You're afraid of money not being here. You're afraid of what you're working towards to turn out to like not give you a result. And Spirit's trying to get you out of that way of thinking. And, I don't know. I'm seeing something like that. Third card out is patience. Exactly. Exactly, guys. You need more patience here, like the Tiger Spirit. You can ask out loud right now if you want. Ask the Tiger Spirit, like, hello, Tiger Spirit, I would love to work with you. Can you teach me patience and help me to achieve the outcome that I want in this situation? And guide me along the way, showing me what I need to do. I feel like if you just let yourself keep going and working hard and doing the things that you know work and what you're asking about here, you will achieve the goals, and there's, Spirit's saying there's no such thing as like an overnight success. Even if you do have an overnight success, like a lot of success in a short amount of time, it didn't just happen because you're lucky. It happened because you've put in the work in the past to gain the skill set, the knowledge, the energy, the frequency that allowed you to manifest that overnight success. So Spirit's saying, like, you have to be patient and learn to enjoy the journey and control what you can control, which is the present moment and how you are presently contributing to your own success in whatever you're asking about. So beautiful message. We're going to try to get some timing messages here. But to summarize, I feel very strongly this reading is giving a yes answer. It is very favorable in whatever you asked about, though. So if you would prefer a no answer, it might be a no answer. But it's not 100%. I'm not seeing like 100% it's leaning in one direction. I feel like it's kind of a little bit in your hands here still. Like, if you're able to focus, if you're able to remain patient and keep working hard, keep being ambitious, going after your goals, and maybe do a little bit of inner psychological work to kind of release this lack mentality that is playing into what you're asking about and actually affecting what you're asking about. I feel like all of those will give you the outcome that you desire. Now, we already had the timing message of 12 months. Yeah, a year from now, a year from today, there will be a significant, not like change in this. I mean, it could be a change, but I feel like you will 100% have the answer to your question 1 year from today. Like, no doubts about it. You will know exactly where you stand and what you asked about. However, I'm going to try to get some timing messages. We're going to get 3 timing messages. One will be short-term timing, mid-term timing, and then long-term timing. Use your intuition to just feel out the timing messages and, take it with a grain of salt. So your short-term timing with what you asked about is being represented by the King of Pentacles in reverse. So this is quite a slower moving card, to be honest. I feel like what you asked about, it's going to take some time, guys. This isn't something that's going to happen like this week, okay? This is something that will, like I said, gradually build and keep building. And in fact, I'm not even really seeing a certain date that's going to be like significant. Well, not significant, but it's like whatever you're asking about will continue to grow and evolve. So there's not like a significant end date to this. I hope that makes sense. But I mean, King of Pentacles is giving me quite a long time. So I feel like maybe some of you also weren't specific enough in your questions so that we can give you a timing message. Like maybe you just ask like, when will I be successful? And it's like, well, how do we answer that with a timing message? It'll keep evolving. King of Pentacles reverse is giving me something that ages like fine wine. Invest your money into investments that will keep growing, keep developing, keep investing in yourself, in your business, in your relationship. It'll keep getting better and better and better if you do that over time. Relationships can and do get better over time if both parties keep investing into it. Okay, same thing with your savings account. If you're investing wisely, it'll keep aging beautifully and it'll just get better and better with time. So let's get the midterm timing message. You have death. Oh my God. Spirit is really like, we're not giving you a timing message at all. We gave you a year from now. That's your timing. Okay, because I was really hoping for like the minor arcana cards to come out. But yeah. Wow. Scorpio season may be significant for some of you, which is funny because I'm filming this in Scorpio season and we had that a year from now card. So either 12 months from the time that you're watching or Scorpio season may be very significant times for what you're asking about. Crazy. Also, sorry guys, I'm so sick, but I felt like filming, so hope you don't mind my stuffy nose. And a long-term timing message, we have, oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me, King of Wands. Okay, yeah, Spirit really said, we're not giving you any timing messages today. But, you know, these kings do represent really being organized and in control with what you asked about. And I do feel like really strongly this is a situation that will continue to grow and develop in time. Kings also give me very long-term energy. So, and that could be a very good thing, you know, if you're asking about love, if you're asking about money or business or like a certain opportunity, like this has so much potential to be something really, really long-term. However, it may require a annoyingly slow and like not prosperous period for the first several months. For a lot of you, this will be the first several years, okay? For example, if you're asking if you'll be happy in a certain career, you know, this career may involve you going to school for several years. Several years of you being stingy and broke and studying all the time, you know what I mean? But you will be happy long term. You just have to be patient with it. Same message can apply for relationships. You know, it takes time for a relationship to grow, and especially if you're someone who experiences relationship anxieties and things like that. Like, you know, those beginning stages can really feel like they're taking forever, but yeah, it'll be worth it in the long term. You know, a lot of things that are really good for us in the long term kind of suck when we first start them. It kind of suck when we are just setting it up, you know, like take investing your money, for example. Wouldn't it be so much more fun to just spend your money immediately on like travel, things you want, etc.? Like, it's not fun to put your money in a savings account where you're not going to be able to spend it. However, that sense of security and abundance that will come from you having money in your savings account will make you happy. Okay, so it's one of those situations that you're asking about. It's like, it'll suck in the beginning, I'm not gonna lie to you. And you're gonna have to be patient. However, you will be very pleased once you start seeing the results here. And a lot of you asking your question are in those sucky beginning phases where you're very ambitious, pushing for a certain result and really chasing the outcome that you want to happen. And, you know, there's a lot of inspiration in this reading to keep going and to move like the tiger. And, you know, once you see that finish line, you're just going to get this burst of energy and like do absolutely everything that you know that will get you there, and it'll be so fun, exciting. You're gonna start telling people like, oh my gosh, look at this, and it'll just be an exciting time. So that's sort of how I'm seeing whatever you asked about playing out. I don't know what you asked about, so feel free to comment down below what you asked about. I'm always so curious about that. Okay, so thank you guys for joining me. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you later. Bye. Hello, group number 3, and welcome. Let's see what the answer is to your question. Yes, no, maybe so, and get a timing message. So your astro dice is Neptune in Taurus in the second house. So Taurus in the second house is very significant because the second house is ruled by Taurus. So this is telling me that a vast majority of you are asking about something that has to do with money or business or property, or even like your sense of self-worth, self-esteem, which goes hand in hand with the worth, the value that you see in your life in terms of currency and your assets, your possessions, your power in the physical realm. Okay. So we have Neptune as well, though, which rules over the spiritual realm, which leads me to believe some of you guys watching may be asking about a spiritual business idea that you have, or some sort of, how do I even put this? Like spiritual contract, or you could be using like magic, law of attraction, all that jazz to manifest a certain outcome or idea that you have in your life. I don't know. It feels to me with Neptune, a lot of you are asking about an idea. Like, should I go through with this idea? Will this idea be successful? That's what I'm seeing here, because Neptune rules over the spirit. It rules over the astral realms and the things that aren't yet physical. And then with Taurus in the second house, like these are very physical. So it's like, should I bring down this idea into reality, make it a reality, and start working on it physically? So there may be an idea that a lot of you have, something that you want to manifest, and you're asking, will it be successful if I try to manifest it? Like, will this business, will this house that I want, will this relationship that like is only in my mind right now manifest in physical reality? We have communicate clearly coming through. So I feel like whatever you're asking about, you need to iron out more of the details here. So if there's anyone else involved in what you're asking about, you need to talk more about it with them. Another thing I'm seeing here is if this is asking about a personal idea that you have for yourself, journal about it. Like literally create a business plan. I don't know why a lot of you might be asking about business. Like literally create a business plan and journal about it and learn more about it. That's what I'm seeing. We have new moon in Sagittarius. Luck is on your side. So, I mean, this is a really good card to receive. I think this is going to give a similar answer to group number 2, which is leaning towards yes to what you asked about, or whatever outcome that you want for this situation that you're asking about. It seems very favorable. Also, though, with the new moon in Sagittarius, I am seeing that as you begin to take actions in the physical world to bring forth your idea, you will notice a lot of serendipity and angel numbers and synchronicities like all around you as you begin to take action. And that's sort of like your spirit guides, your ancestors, your angels saying, yes, 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 keep going, keep going. And so, yeah, just pay attention to that stuff. Also, I'm seeing here that with what you're asking about, there's going to be a learning curve. So there's going to be some stuff that you need to learn how to do. There will be things that you need to kind of deepen your skills and go out of your comfort zone with. You know, Sagittarius is the sign of higher education, worldly travel, international energies, and sort of like just exposing yourself to more than just your hometown, just your comfort zone. So as long as you're open to learning more, you have an open mind, and you're a student of life, I feel like the outcomes for what you're asking about will be very favorable. And we have the nightingale coming out as your spirit animal. And, you know, I pulled the spirit animal deck for this question because I wanted to see how this situation would move forward. And just the fact that you got like a bird, an air element here, I feel like things will actually move very swiftly once you start taking action. And I'm looking at this card and I'm seeing here, like, notice how this bird is like in the dark, but then it sings, it's chirping, and then it's like light. I feel like once you start taking action, it's like one action will lead you to the next action or idea, okay? And then you take action on that idea, and then it's like the steps will be revealed to you one at a time. This reminds me of the moon card in the tarot. And if you've ever seen that card, it's like someone is about to, they're trying to like get up a mountain in the nighttime. And they're freaking out because they can't see the entire path ahead. And the only thing lighting their way is the moon. And the moon is not as strongly lit as the sun. So you can't see far ahead when you're being guided by the moon. But you can see the next step in front of you. And that's why the moon represents intuition, because that's exactly how following your intuition works. Your intuition is not going to tell you the next 20 steps ahead to take. It's only going to show you the next action you need to take in the present moment. And if you take that next action in a timely manner, then the action after that will reveal itself. And then after that will reveal itself. And I think that's very significant because you have Neptune, which rules over the unseen realms and spirit. So a lot of you guys, it's your own psychic intuition. that will be guiding this question that you're asking about along in the direction that you want to see. So your intuition already knows the answer to the question that you asked, and it's already giving you the advice that you need to take in this present moment, what you need to do next. And like, don't delay on that. Don't procrastinate that, because when you procrastinate following your intuition, you're really letting yourself become stagnant. And it's like, if you want to move quickly in the situation that you're asking about, do not delay following what your intuition is asking you to do. So I'll give you an example. For the longest time, and this is an awful example for me, but for the longest time, I wanted to make short form content on this channel. And like, I was telling myself that for years. And then it was only until like April of this year that I actually started doing it. And once I started doing it, it's like I had idea after idea after idea for like what to make and how to keep going down this journey and like what to do next. It's a bad example for me because I barely make it anymore, but still, it's like, you're going to remain stagnant if you don't follow that next step. If you're staying too worried about the overall outcome of this situation, you're never going to like actually move forward. So it's almost like you're a little bit blind with what you're asking about, and it's almost like you're not supposed to know the exact outcome. There's a lot of serendipity here. There's going to be a lot of synchronicities and changes that will happen along the way that may shock you. However, your intuition is already guiding you how to move forward. And for a lot of you, what you're asking about and how things are moving forward, it's going to take you down a path where you will see more money, self-worth, and be surrounded by people who really respect you and offer a lot to you. So that's why you should listen to your intuition. All right, we're gonna get some tarot. We have the 8 of Air, which talks about being stuck, being stagnant. And this is like the perfect card to represent what I just said. On the traditional Rider-Waite deck, it shows someone bound up and blindfolded, surrounded by swords. But, they're standing up and in front of them, there's no swords. So they can easily just walk forward. And that's what their intuition is guiding them to do. But they are overthinking it and they stay stuck exactly where they're at. And we know that their intuition is guiding them forward because on the card, there is water that guides them forward. And water represents that psychic intuition and your feelings, your gut feelings. And then we see that represented here on this card as well with this angel stuck on the cloud. And there's feathers guiding her in this direction to just move forward and it'll be fine. She's not going to fall. But she doesn't. She overthinks it. So yeah, you guys definitely have a problem when it comes to listening to your own intuition, believing in it, and actually like taking it one step at a time. We have the 8 of Earth. Oh my gosh, yes. This is a card that talks about building up a skill, and it's coming out like right underneath the new moon in Sagittarius, which is what we were saying, like there's going to be a skill that you're going to build, or like you're going to improve your expertise or the quality of your work over time. And it's like you're going to repeat something over and over and over again, and as you repeat it, you'll get better and better and better at it. For example, if you're going to be like starting your own business, maybe you want to become a blogger and write blogs, blog after blog after blog, article after article, you will become a better writer. You'll become better at things like SEO and marketing and putting yourself out there. If you just strive for like a little bit of improvement each time that you do this repetitive cycle, then you will be shocked at how quickly this can grow. Same thing in relationships as well. Like if your goal is to grow with someone, literally just like keep going on dates with them over and over and over again. And each date, like make it your goal to make it like fun or get to know something new about them. Just like, again, listening to your intuition about like, okay, what is the intention of this date? What do I want to know? What do I want to experience, etc. I feel like this is something that'll keep getting better with time, but it will require some effort on your behalf. So, but yeah, that's amazing. Okay. We have the Emperor in reverse coming out for you as well. And whenever the Emperor comes out in reverse, it almost gives me like in your reading, this is giving me someone who sticks to what they know way too much. When I think of the Emperor in reversed, I think of like all of these older people in the workforce who like refuse to adapt to the times. You know, it's, for example, it's been scientifically proven that 4-hour work weeks are more effective for businesses. And yet I feel like it's these older people who are stuck in their ways who are like, I couldn't possibly do that. Like, we're not doing that. And it's like, but it's already been scientifically proven. And you're making the same amount of money. You're working less, but the work that you do is a lot more productive because you have more time to rest. But a lot of people like just can't wrap their head around how that can work, and then they stay stuck in the old ways. That's the type of like energy I think of when I think of the Emperor in reversed. Now I feel, now don't get mad at me guys, I feel like a lot of you are kind of in that energy, but when it comes to your own personal life where it's like, you know, there may be something that you need to do that's out of your comfort zone. Like a lot of you guys, you have an idea that's amazing, but because it's new to you, it's almost like you keep trying to talk yourself out of it, and like you don't believe that it'll work. And it's like, well, you just give it a shot. You know, if you remain organized and you improve as you go along and you like keep an open mind, I think you'll be shocked at how easy this can grow and build and work out. So that is very interesting. All right. I want to get some timing messages if we can. I feel like Spirit is very stubborn about giving timing messages in readings. They're one of the hardest things to get answers on because time's always changing and people are always changing. So I'm going to try to get a short-term timing message, midterm and long-term. So listen to your intuition when it comes to these timing messages. Now, these times may represent significant changes in what you're asking about, like checkpoints, outcomes, etc. So your short-term timing message, oh my God, King of Pentacles reversed. Group number 2 had the same exact card in the same exact spot in reversed. And King of Pentacles reversed does show that things may move slowly in what you're asking about. It may be a long road ahead. It may, like, this isn't gonna be something that like you just start and it'll be successful immediately. And you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I did pick up a lot of you guys watching are wanting to start a business. Now, I have been running my business for over 6 years now. And I have seen countless people who want to also start their own business, and they're like, oh my gosh, so I'm gonna like buy the restaurant like by, I don't know, April, and I'll have it like all paid off by July, and I'll be making $1 million a year within 1 year. And it's like, that is gonna be dang near impossible. Okay, like I've also done readings for people who like started like a drop shipping website or something like that, and they're like, I want to be making 6 figures 1 year from now. And I'm like, I hate to break it to you, however, that's going to be very difficult. And they're also like, yeah, I'm only investing like 4 hours a week into growing this business. And it's like, okay, I hate to burst people's bubble. First off, I love small businesses. Being an entrepreneur is not for everybody, though. I will say that hands down. Like, it is not for everybody. And there's 2 modes of thinking when it comes to being an entrepreneur and having your own business. Some people think that you should absolutely do something that you're passionate about because that's like your baby and like you will always do it. You won't give up on it. And then other people think you should never do something that you're passionate about because you get overly invested and like your emotional well-being will like suck when the business is not doing well. And I understand both sides of that. Personally, I have a passion-based business, and I can confirm that when business is slow, my mental health takes a nosedive. However, I wouldn't change anything for the world. I love what I do. So I don't know. I'm going off on this tangent about businesses. So a lot of you guys definitely asked about that or asked about an idea that you have. And I just want to say, like, I just get the feeling that you're not being really 100% realistic with the timing that it'll take to develop this. Like, be a little patient here, I feel. But at the same time, it's like, this will grow as fast as you grow. You get what I'm saying? Like, if, for example, you're like, am I going to learn this new language? by like a year from today, and then you're only studying like 15 minutes a week, but the answer is no. Okay, the answer is no. It'll only happen as quickly as you're willing to put in the work, the effort to do it. And that's another message of the Emperor, by the way. There's a lot of earth energy here. And the Eight of Earth, it's all about like what you give is what you get here. And, it'll take time to see the outcome that you want to see in the idea that you have. However, if you are feeling very strongly pulled in this direction, your intuition is guiding you in this direction, that is something worth exploring 100%. And you have to believe in it and work towards it. Okay. Your midterm timing message is the Two of Pentacles. Now, Pentacles do move a bit slower, so I'm honestly, I wanted to say 2 months, but it feels like longer, so this could be 2 years. Okay, midterm timing message may be 2 years or 2 Earth seasons from now. What do I mean by that? So Capricorn season, which is coming up next, is from like late December to mid-January. And then after that, we have Taurus season. Like the next Earth sign after that will be Taurus season, which is mid to late April and early May. So, wait, if it's 2 seasons from now, I feel like this would be towards the tail end of the second season and after. So if you're watching this at the time that I'm filming it, your midterm timing message may be from mid to, it may be like around late May up until like 2 years from now. Okay. I hope that made sense. All right. Also Virgo season, which is the other earth sign, is late April. Or, oh my God, not April, late June to mid-September. Or, oh my God, not June, late August to mid-September. I'm losing my mind, guys. Wow. All right, so calculate your own timing message based off when you are watching this. All right. Long-term timing message, we have 10 years. Yep, 10 years. That's what I'm seeing. All right. So now for some of you, you may not have asked something that like requires a timing message, but these times may represent very significant points in your journey. Okay. So 2 Earth seasons from now to 2 years may be like when a significant development happens in what you're asking about. And then like 10 years from now, maybe another really significant milestone. Okay. So that's just what I want to say with that. Yeah. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I know we didn't really get a upfront yes or no answer. It did feel strongly like a yes answer for a lot of you. And honestly, a lot of you guys, this just feels like an idea. You're asking about an idea. Will this be successful? Will this grow? Will this work for me? The answer is definitely yes. If you stay patient, keep working in it, what you give is what you get. Okay. It's something like that. So yeah. All right. Thank you guys for joining me. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you later. Bye-bye. Hello, group number 4. Let's get a yes, no, maybe so answer, and maybe some timing messages to go along with what you asked. So your Astro Dice, you have the South Node in Scorpio in the 3rd house. Okay, so I am seeing something with a history here that you're asking about, and this could have to do with your past, or if you're asking about a particular relationship or person, it's like you're afraid to let go of the history there, or move forward. I'm also seeing a lot to do with hometowns, your country or city of origin, or this could even be talking about your family, dealing with family matters, inheritance, what to do with a house. Someone here watching may be asking like, should you sell or keep your parents' house, the house that you grew up in, something like that. There's a lot of history here though, a lot of something that you're very comfortable with, familiar with. But with Scorpio, there is possible transformation in the air when it comes to this thing that you're very familiar with, this thing that you have a history with. And so a lot of you may be asking, if something is the right thing to do, if this transformation, if this change is something that will be good for you, good for the situation. For some of you, your decision on whether to stay or go, because Scorpio energy is very life or death, like do I or don't I? This decision affects more people than just you, with this being in the third house. For example, some of you may be getting into a relationship or out of a relationship, and that would affect your children or your partner's children. For others of you, you may be making a move, and that affects the people around you, something like that. So I feel like whatever you're asking about, there are other people that will be affected by this decision that you're thinking about making. So let's see what cards will come out for you. We have Ask Your Angels. Okay, so your angels have a lot of advice to give you. However, when dealing with spirit guides, angels, and ancestors, they really can't interfere with your free will unless you give them permission to do so. So if you just pause now and ask your angels, ancestors, spirit guides to give you advice, and allow situations to unfold that will help you make a decision, I feel like within the next couple of hours and the next 3 days, you will see a lot of signs all around you, or things will just happen for you that will help you get a clear idea of what to do here. And this is such a powerful thing to ask whenever you're stuck in a decision. I remember in my past, there have been moments where I was apprehensive about staying in a relationship or leaving a relationship, for example. And I would ask my angels, give me a crystal clear sign on what to do. And I swear every time I ask that, the most crystal clear sign comes up. I remember one time I called someone cheating literally the day after I asked. So I left. And then another time I asked that, and literally after I finished the sentence, a few minutes later, that person came into my office and had all of this food that they bought me and brought home flowers and everything. I'm okay, I hear that loud and clear. So yeah, you are being asked to ask your spirit guides and your angels because they can deliver very clear advice and guidance to you, but you need to give them permission to do that. And you know what? Your guides will never spook you. It'll always be really cool. So yeah. We have Believe in the Impossible with the blue moon. Now, blue moons aren't impossible. They happen once every 2.5 or so years, I believe. And they're essentially when there are 2 full moons in a month. Okay, so the second full moon of the month is the blue moon. And I feel like this is a pretty positive message. Some of you guys, I want you to ask yourself this, okay? Pause the video again or comment down below. With the question that you're asking about, what is the best case scenario? Because having the blue moon come out, Believe in the Impossible, this is saying that the best case scenario from where you currently stand is possible for you. Okay, so believe in that, but you really do have to believe in it. Now, for some of you, I feel like when you analyze your best case scenario, you may realize that something or someone has to go. I don't know why, I'm just intuitively feeling that. A lot of you need to hear that. When you imagine the best case scenario, that's the first thing that comes to mind, you realize oh, best case scenario is that I leave or I remove this thing from my life. So I don't know, I'm seeing something like that. And the south node represents the past, what we're familiar with, but there's also the north node, which we are supposed to strive towards, and it's always the exact opposite of the south node. So I don't know, I'm just feeling here, you have the south node, you have Scorpio, which is very transformative. There is definitely change and transformation that is wanting to come up in the situation that you're asking about. And I feel like a lot of you guys watching are a little bit hesitant or fearful to make the change that your intuition is guiding you to make, because it's not just you that will be affected by this. There are other lives involved here. However, Spirit's saying the best case scenario is possible, so don't be afraid. Now, I want to get an animal spirit to see how the situation that you're asking about will move forward. Okay, we have the elk. And when I think of elk and how they move, I feel like they're very grounded. And also, we have the new moon here again. Or, not again. This is giving eclipse energy, actually. New moon, full moon. So I do wonder if around the last eclipses, which at the time that we're watching this was in October 2023, there may have been some significant changes that took place in the scenario that you're asking about, the topic that you're asking about. And the next eclipses, which I'm not exactly sure when they're happening, but from the time that you're watching the next eclipses that will come up, may be significant timing for what you're asking about. But the elk spirit is very grounded, down to earth, centered, and also they move in groups a lot. They move together. So I am seeing like you being able to come to an agreement or consensus with the people that are involved in this scenario. And you may think that it is going to be highly unlikely that what you want can be negotiated or that other people will get behind what you want. But I feel like all parties involved will be peaceful, accepting, and open-minded about what it is that you want to manifest here. And when I think of the elk spirit and I'm looking at the antlers, I'm thinking of the crown chakra, which is the energy system in our spirit, in our aura, which downloads new information from spirit and has us learning more and just really connected to the universe. So I feel like, and especially with Scorpio coming out as well, your intuition strongly already knows what you want to do here. I feel like it may be your overthinking that is keeping you indecisive or keeping you confused about how this is going to play out. So let's get some tarot cards. We have the 10 of Earth in reverse. I don't know why I keep having visions of selling a house. A family house, a childhood home, splitting the funds with siblings possibly. This could also have to do with inheritance, wills, something like that. I don't know why. I'm seeing families very strongly. What is best for the family? You personally know what you want to do, and your intuition is guiding you to do something, but it's like, can I convince my family to do this as well? Like, will they believe that this is the best path for all of us? And I feel like you can convince them, to be honest. Okay. Some of you may also be introducing your family to someone and you're asking, like, will it go well? And I feel like you can do it. Like, I don't know why, group number 4, I just feel like you're very persuasive right now. And you could probably convince anyone of anything at this moment in time. We have the 7 of Earth coming out, which shows some work. And also, there's a lot of money messages here. This is another weird message that'll only pertain to a few of you watching, but I feel like the message of sobriety is coming forward. And the decision on what to do with a certain family member who may frequently lack sobriety or may need some additional help may be up for discussion. Or this could be like caregiving. I'm seeing caregiving as well of a certain family member. I don't know why. I want to see what the last card is. Okay, we have the 9 of Water in reversed. This is interesting. I feel like you guys are mentally torn. I'm very confused when doing your reading, I'm going to be honest, and I'm having a hard time picking up a yes or no answer. I feel like you want a certain outcome, but you're worried, like, is this outcome selfish? Or does this only benefit me? And does it not benefit the people around me? It's something like that. So, Nine of Water reversed shows sort of like a discontentment or like a feeling of not allowing yourself to be content and happy, not allowing yourself the time and space, the luxuries that you want in life. Feeling like if something's going to work, it has to take hard work. Whereas something can turn out even better and easier than you realized. I feel here your connections with the people involved in the situation may be struggling because you have been too self-sacrificing. Or in your mind, you feel like the people involved want you to be self-sacrificing. And I feel like Spirit's saying the people involved want you to be happy. They want you to be content, and they're more than willing to support you and work with you to see you content. I feel like you're underestimating the people involved. For a lot of you, this feels like family. Like you're underestimating your family. You think they're going to judge someone harshly. You think they're not going to understand or support you. You think they're going to be mad at a certain decision you made that makes you happy. And I feel like you'll be pleasantly surprised by how well they take some sort of news or how well it can go. I don't know. This is a very interesting reading. I feel like for others of you, if you asked about anything finance or career related, there is a lot of messages here of like maybe right now you don't feel like you have the money that you want, the lasting legacy that you want, the savings that you want, but it does feel like a work in progress, and Spirit is asking you to believe in the highest outcome, your greatest scenario, like your best case scenario, like we talked about. I feel like that has so much potential to happen, or even something better, honestly, has so much potential. But again, I feel like you need to be willing to let go of your comfort zone, let go of your past, and embrace this new chapter. Some of you guys are asking if you should move away from your hometown, and you're feeling guilty because your family is there and you're worried that they're going to take it harsh. And I feel like they're not going to take it harsh because it's a decision that leads to your happiness, and you need to stop being self-sacrificing. So it's something like that. Like it's like the only reason why you're debating it or why you're apprehensive and asking about this question in this reading is because it's almost like you don't want to be too selfish, but it's not selfish to advocate for what you want, what you need. And in fact, think of the best case scenario in this situation, because that's most likely to happen. So I want to get some timing messages if we can. Spirit's very finicky sometimes about giving timing messages, even like yes or no answers. I honestly, guys, have no idea if this is a yes or a no. Like I'm just honestly, you know what? Hold on. I did not do this for anyone else, but I feel drawn to do it for your reading. So I'm going to shuffle up the rest of the angel answers cards and ask, like, is this yes, no, or maybe? Is this yes, no, or maybe? Very directly. All right. We had this card come out. Be assertive. Okay. Stand up for what you want. That confirms that. But is this a yes, no, or maybe? If you already have your answer based off of what I told you, then go with that. And we have take action, be assertive, take action, do the thing you want to do. Okay, so if whatever the heck you're asking about, whichever answer, yes, no, or maybe, will have or like lead you to being more assertive, taking more action, doing something, the answer is like yes, like do that, okay? So if you're asking like, should I do this? The answer is yes. All right. We're going to move on. We're going to find some timing messages for you. I'm going to get 3 timing messages: short term, mid-term, long term. And you're just going to have to pick whichever one resonates with you and the situation you're asking about. Listen to your intuition. Even if the other timing messages do not resonate, like they may be significant points in what you're asking about. So let's get the short term timing message. We have the Page of Swords in reverse. Okay. Short term. The answer to your question, I'm actually seeing the number 1 So this could literally be 1 hour, 1 day, 1 week. All right. I really feel that. Swords are very quick moving. Page of Swords reversed. It feels like there's something you want to do or express and you're scared, you're holding back a bit. Some of you guys may have asked the question, should I say this? Should I do this? Should I talk to this person? Should I reach out to them? And honestly, I still feel like the answer is yes. And if that is your question, like, should I reach out to them? Should I call them? I would not be surprised if some of you guys who resonate with the short-term message literally like finishes this reading up and calls them right after the reading, or like takes some sort of action right after this reading. Like, this is very quick moving energy for a short-term message. All right. Interesting. But it feels like there was some hesitation. Like, should I just do it? Should I just rip the Band-Aid off? Should I do it now? Answer I say is yes, I would do that. Rip the Band-Aid off. If there's something you need to say, if there's something you need to do that you're procrastinating or you're scared about, just do it. Bite the bullet. Okay? No shame in trying. Okay, midterm message is the Empress and the Four of Cups. They both came out like kind of sideways, neither upright or in reverse. So we have 3 and 4. Excuse me. So I'm getting 3 to 4 months, honestly. Like, and this is quick. Like, for a mid timing message, 3 to 4 months is pretty quick. I'm also getting Gemini energy from the Empress. So Gemini season may be significant. And what else? I'm getting like Venetian energy. So Taurus or Libra season may be significant, or those signs in general may be significant. But midterm, I feel with the Empress, again, it's going to turn out so much better than expected and anticipated. Four of Cups. I feel like the universe is going to offer you an opportunity, a blessing, in regards to whatever you're asking about. But you're going to be the one that has to reach out and take it. Okay, and this opportunity, whatever it may be happening in 3 to 4 months. It's all about knowing your worth and going for it and not just waiting around, like doing it, you know? All right. Long-term timing message. That was fast. Fast-moving energy in this reading. Wow, Ace of Swords. Holy moly. These swords are showing really fast energy, fast changes, swift changes. It's like you make a decision and it happens. You take action and you're like on your way. Ace of Swords is also giving me 1 energy. So long-term energy, I'm honestly seeing 1 year, which is very quick for long-term energy. 1 single year. So we literally have like, we're going from like 1 hour or like 10 minutes to 1 year. That's the time frame for everything that you're asking about. Wow. Pick whichever one resonates with you most here. But whatever you asked about, there's definitely a lot of movement, and you're being asked to advocate for yourself, stand up for yourself, take action, be assertive. Because here's the thing, guys, with the 9 of Cups, 9 of Water in reversed, and the 4 of Cups coming out, I feel like if you kind of just sit back and wait for a change to happen, you'll just be a little anxious and displeased, you know? Like, if you just wait for the universe to, like, flow and change the situation, I feel like you're just gonna be like, you know? So it's like, bite the bullet and just do it. Rip the Band-Aid off, do it. I don't know what you're doing, but, like, ask for that promotion, reach out to that person. Start that conversation. There's a lot about communication here with the House of Gemini, the Ace of Swords, Page of Swords reversed, be assertive, take action. There's a ton about communication here, so go for it, okay? Believe in the impossible. This situation will turn out a lot better than you realize. If I had to give a yes or no answer, I want to say yes. But, you know, listen to your intuition and all the advice we got in this reading and then figure out what the answer is from there, okay? Thank you guys for joining me. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Hello, group number 5, and welcome. Let's get a yes, no, maybe so answer for you and what you asked about, and hopefully a timing message as well. The astro dice that came out for you is the moon in Taurus in the first house. So I am seeing that whatever you asked about seems to be pertaining about yourself, your inner world, something very personal, close to your heart for sure. This may involve you changing a routine up. So depending on the answer of this question, you may change up your schedule and your routine a bit. And this may also involve more practical matters such as where you live in the future. Money. This could also be personal health and fitness as well. Some of you may be asking a health related question, which I wouldn't necessarily recommend for psychic readings, but because I'm not a doctor, but I don't know. Let's see. It's kind of a mystery, and I feel the moon's energy is very strong here, which is kind of shrouding your reading in a bit of mystery right now. So I want to unpack this. All right. We have big happy changes coming through as an answer to your question. So that's a really good sign. Changes, the moon. I feel like there is a change to your routine that will be happening involving the question that you asked. Okay. Now, I don't know what you asked. I'm not going to guess about what you asked, but if a yes or no answer, whichever one it is, involves you changing your routine, then that's the answer to this question. Okay. So I don't know if that helped or not, but whatever situation or topic you asked about, it will be changing in the very near future. From the moon, we have the gibbous moon. You're very close to achieving your goal. Okay, there's a lot of positivity here. I'm actually kind of shocked, guys, because you're the 5th group and a lot of the readings have been very positive. So I'm happy to be reading for you guys today, but I'm like, man, none of these groups really felt like a negative, like no answer. This is like a waxing moon getting bigger. The situation you're involved in is building up momentum, and it's almost gonna be a full moon. It's almost gonna reach a climax. So I feel like there will be personal decisions, changes, and events taking place very soon, like within the next few hours, days, or week. That's what I'm feeling. You will have a very clear answer to your question, okay? And how is this going to move? Like the dolphin. Oh my gosh. Guys, every single oracle card is positive. The dolphin spirit is extremely playful, happy, in love, intelligent, and it just radiates positive energy. So I picked animal spirits for this reading because I wanted to see how the situation will unfold and move. And dolphins move very freely, playfully, and just like flirty almost. Some of you guys, I feel like there are major changes taking place in a relationship if you asked about a relationship, and these are positive changes that will allow you to possibly spend more time together, be more free, flirty, even traveling. I am seeing traveling for a lot of you for some reason. And also, like, if you asked about anything that is kind of a burden on you right now, like a debt or a low income or a lot of responsibility, I feel like the answer to your question is whichever answer will help you get rid of this burden. Honestly, you're very close to ridding yourself of any anxiety that you have about what you asked about, or like burdenous feelings that you asked that may be associated with what you asked about. The confusion, the stress, the anxiety is closing out this week. I don't know why I keep wanting to say this week, like this upcoming 7 days. It just feels like it's happening quite quickly, but we'll get timing messages for sure. But I don't know. I feel like with the moon, with the first house, you may have had personal confusion about how the situation is going to play out and where things are headed, and possibly like what people's feelings are towards you, their thoughts, their motivations. Do they want to commit? Do they want to live with me with Taurus energy? Things like that. I don't know. And or also I'm seeing like, do I want to commit to something? Do I want to commit to this new lifestyle, this new way of being? And I'm seeing like it's gonna whatever you're either like doing right now or ready to commit to. How do I put this? Okay, if any of you asked about something where you've been working at it for a while and you're getting frustrated with the lack of results, I know this isn't the most healthy answer to give you, but I really do feel like this situation's about to change. So like, don't give up now. You know, sometimes we're ready to give up on something like right before it gets good, you know, like right towards the end of the night, we're struggling, we're suffering, like, oh my gosh, like I just want to give up. And then that new dawn emerges and we're like, oh, thank God. I don't know if any of you have ever went camping before on like a cold night. Like that's how it feels sometimes. Like you just can't sleep. It's stressful. You're freezing. Like, when will this get better? And then that sunlight comes up and you're like, oh yes. But like right before that sunlight, the birds start chirping and you're like, oh my gosh. So I don't know. If you asked about something like, should I give up on something? I think the answer is a huge no. It will prevail. Okay. And also I'm seeing here, like, try to find the fun, the spirituality, the connection in the current struggles you may be facing. If you're facing struggles, like what lessons are these struggles teaching you? Because you could take those lessons into this new beautiful chapter. So I want to see what tarot cards come out. We have the Hierophant. Oh my gosh. Some of you may be getting married, just to be honest. Or because the Hierophant is like a spiritual leader. This also shows like therapy, having like a mentor, being a student or a teacher, things like that, creating some sort of sacred promise to someone. So that's very significant. We have the Seven of Air. Oh wow. Now, Seven of Air talks about people wearing masks, not showing their true intentions, and sometimes trying to get away with more than they should, more than they need. So that's really interesting. I wonder why these two cards are coming out. We have, wow, Love in reversed. This is the Lovers. And this Lovers card is always interesting to me because it shows a woman and a lion, which is actually shown on the Strength card. But I think that's very significant because in order to have great balanced love, you need to be very vulnerable, open, and authentic. So this is an interesting message. A few of you watching may be confused currently because you or someone may not be open, authentic, communicating all of their feelings. And that's a problem. That is a problem. And you know what? I feel like if that's the case, the truth just like needs to come out. Either your truth or their truth. Even if you feel like the other person or someone else is lying to you or not being authentic about their feelings, like hiding their feelings, your truth may be that you feel unsafe, you feel uncomfortable, you feel like you don't know if you can trust them or not. And you need to express that truth to them and to yourself. And believe in that truth and make a very strong decision from there. The Hierophant, I don't know, it just talks about decisiveness. Being very decisive, figuring out once and for all, what is this? Where are things going? What is the direction of this? Okay, so for some of you, it feels like you're about to reach a major turning point, a major manifestation, but there may be some tension or a challenge that needs to be overcome or something that needs to be talked about before this huge change comes in. And it's almost like this change is being triggered by you speaking up and, being really authentic about what your intentions are here, what your truth is. I can't help but notice the love card next to the Five of Swords. And this shows like trust issues, major trust issues. Like, can I trust them? Can I not trust them? Are they lying to me? Or are they telling the truth? Okay. If anyone asked a question like that, like, are they lying to me? I feel like they are definitely hiding something. But only if you ask that question, okay? Like, don't, be out here asking about money or whatever, and then I say this, and you're like, oh my gosh, my boyfriend's cheating on me. Like, no, you didn't ask about that. If you're asking about that, I feel like there is some truths being hidden here. Love reversed does sometimes show breaking up. Guys, your reading is very confusing for me. Well, we also have the first house of Aries as well, though, which talks about being single, being alone. Because in your independence, like you have that self-love, you have that stability. I think if there's any relationship or anything in your life that is causing you to feel unsafe, unstable, untrustworthy, it may be worth considering speaking about that with the person involved and making a really firm decision on what to do about that to return back to your safety. Okay, but then we have this dolphin energy here, which is a lot more playful. Like, you don't have to be so heavy and serious about approaching this connection, whatever it may be. For some of you, there may be something positive being hidden. Like, someone has a surprise for you up their sleeve. And you may be picking up on that psychically and worrying. Because you could pick up that they're hiding something and you don't know if it's good or bad. I always tell the people closest to my life, and I always hope that they listen to me. I hate surprises because 100% of the time I can feel their energy shift, and I will just feel like they are hiding or lying to me, like hiding something from me, and I can't discern if it's good or bad. Like if you're really sensitive to energy, which I think you are because you have the dolphin spirit, like you can pick up on every little nuance and change in a person's behavior and communication. And I do feel like I just keep coming back to confusion, or like someone's not saying something here. It could be you not saying something. Some of you may have asked like, oh, that's interesting. If any of you asked, are they going to propose? Are they going to, marry me? I do think the answer is yes to that, actually. And that's the secret that is here. But it may be causing you anxiety because you may pick up on like a change in the force, Interesting. There's so many different answers in this reading, so it's really hard to do. Like, this group is a mixed bag of energy. But I don't know, I keep looking at that love card in reverse, and I can't help but wonder if some of you guys are about to like initiate a breakup or a separation, honestly. Like, these cards are so opposite. The Hierophant and the Lover's reverse. Like, the Hierophant's like commitment. Like, this is what we are. This is what we are doing. And then the Lover's card in reverse is like, we're undoing that. Like, we're not. So some of you may be stuck between a decision here, and you may not even be saying anything. And you're like, do I stay or do I go? Go where you feel safe. Oh, wow. I was talking about that, and the Eight of Cups reverse came out. And, this card talks about staying in a situation for too long, okay? Like, you stay at a relationship, a job, something that was once fulfilling for you, served a purpose for too long, and your intuition is guiding you somewhere else. In reverse, it's hard for you to listen to that intuition, and you stay in a relationship, a situation that you don't feel drawn to anymore for way too long. And it's like you're not saying something, you're not initiating something that should be initiated. So the message here is to open up about your truth. What is making you uncomfortable? you may need to communicate that very clearly to someone. And I feel like from that, big happy changes will take place. Guys, I'm going to be honest with you. I am so confused about your reading. So I hope this makes sense to you. I don't know what you asked about, but I'm going to get some timing messages, short term, midterm, long term. And if this reading didn't really give you the answer you need, I'm sorry. Like, go back and pick another group, I guess. But if it did, let me know in the comments. I'd love to know what you asked about. All right. Short-term timing, we have the Three of Swords reversed. You gotta be kidding me, guys. So this could be 3 days to 3 weeks. This big change may happen here. And Three of Swords reversed goes along with a lot of what we were just saying. This talks about letting the past go, letting old heartbreak go. You know what? I'm seeing some of you guys watching may want to commit to someone, but they may have a history of cheating or like betrayal of some sort, and that's why you're so on the fence about this. Like, do I stay? Do I go? And the Three of Swords reversed actually does show healing and becoming a better person, moving on from the past. If Three of Swords was upright, I would definitely say yes, that's cheating. But some of you may be overcoming trust issues because you've been betrayed in the past. I see a lot of betrayal energy here somewhere in your history. Maybe a lot of you guys have been in a lot of like friendships, relationships, even like business partnerships where you were betrayed by people. And this reading is really showing the end of those times, which is beautiful. But yeah, the short-term timing message is 3 days to 3 weeks, okay? More on the fast side of that because of the swords here. So 3 days, a couple of days, a week or two, up to 3 weeks. Midterm timing message. And guys, take whichever one of these timing messages resonate most with you. This could also show the timing of very significant changes that take place in what you asked about. So yeah, okay. Oh my gosh. Wow, okay. Excuse me, guys. We have the Three of Cups and Death. All right. So why I said wow is because Three of Cups in reversed and the Three of Swords upright are my cards of cheating. And I was worried about that because the Seven of Air came out. However, you got the Three of Swords in reversed and the Three of Cups upright. So for some of you, I really do feel like someone is trustworthy and you are being asked to let go of the past, either your past or someone else's past, that is making you have trust issues. The Death card talks about moving on, letting it die, letting it go. Someone may be hiding something, but that doesn't mean it's something bad. You know, someone may be hiding how much love they have for you. They may be hiding some fears as well, but you know what? That happens sometimes. It takes some time to open up sometimes. So I don't know. I'm seeing this midterm timing message. First off, the Scorpio season is standing out very strongly. Okay, so that would be end of October and first 3 weeks of November. That could be a midterm timing for you. I'm also seeing 3 months to 13 months. So that's like 3 months to a year and a month. All right. That's your midterm timing message for when things will develop or could give you some sort of timing. I know that's kind of broad. All right. Alrighty. And then your long-term timing for this. Long-term timing is the Five of Wands reversed, 5 years. Okay. You know what, guys? I keep coming back to this message of love being restored in your relationships, your connections, learning to trust again. Now, here's the thing. If someone cheated on you in the past, I would not really recommend getting back together with them. If you are asking about a relationship and there is trust issues involved, I feel like this is saying like reconcile your own trust issues, your own past, and literally just look at the signs, look at the psychology. Like if your potential partner, for example, has cheated in the past, how do they speak about that? Do they avoid talking about it? Do they get defensive? Or do they speak in a way like, this is why it happened and I regret it, and this is what I learned from that situation? And do they speak about it in a very emotionally healthy way? Because that may be a genuine sign that they learned their lesson, okay? I don't know why. I keep coming back to like this fear, this untrustworthiness that's coming from you. Even if it's a manifestation, it's like you don't trust that the universe will manifest it for you. But yeah, long-term timing is 5 of Wands. And if it's going to be long-term, what you're asking about, you need to figure out either some sort of fight or problem that keeps reoccurring, jealousy issues, or some sort of like tension that is involved with what you're asking about. If you want something long-term here, that needs to be resolved. Okay. So that's your reading, guys. I hope that made sense. Like this video, comment how it resonated down below, and subscribe to the channel if you've not already. Okay, thank you guys. Bye-bye. Hello, group number 6, and welcome. Let's get a yes, no, maybe so answer on whatever question you asked about, and hopefully a timing message to go along with it. So your astro dice, we have Uranus and Pisces in the 4th house, and some examples of what I'm seeing coming up for some of you that you may have asked about. Some of you watching may be trying to move out of a family home or a parental home. I'm seeing a lot of moves in general. So some of you may be asking, like, can I afford this house? Can I manifest this certain amount of money to buy this dream house or condo or apartment or whatever? And I'm also seeing here, like, the reason for this movement, even if it's not like moving, it's like some sort of movement, like could even be traveling or whatever, is because there is a dislike for the current authority in your life. Like you may hate your current landlord, for example, or you may hate your roommates or your current living situation. Like you do not like it. I am seeing that there may even, I'm seeing like really pushy, like homeowners associations even. So there's a lot here. One thing I am seeing, if you're asking about a certain plan, like will I manifest this within this time frame? Will I do this thing? With the Pisces energy coming out, I feel like there may be some disillusionment when it comes to how this is gonna work out. Whatever you're asking about, it doesn't even have to be moving. Pisces, especially paired with Cancer energy with the 4th house, it's just like I feel like you're very, very hopeful in the situation that you asked about, but I just hate this message. But like I almost want to say, like, it may not work out as quickly or perfectly as you're envisioning in your head. There may be a lot more work involved, a lot more factors involved. And honestly, like, I'm just gonna make a prediction here. I haven't even seen the cards yet. But if you're asking about love, I do wonder if the person that you're asking about is not as compatible as a partner as you realize. Because to be honest, Pisces energy gives me like, not naivety, it's like daydreaming, wanting this to happen, being moved by passion, and really hoping for the most romantic best case scenario and really trying to believe in that. And you know, that's only fueled more by Cancerian energy, because Cancerian energy is just so big-hearted and loving and like just wanting it to work out. But with Uranus energy, I feel like there are some restrictions, some challenges that you may not realize. You know, there may be some hidden costs as well, I want to say, that you're not seeing. It's like you're overly romanticizing the question that you have in mind. And I feel like the reality of what you're asking about is a lot more, wow, I was going to say disappointing, but some of you are going to resist this reading. I feel it already, because you really want a certain answer. You really want a certain outcome. But I just feel like the reality of it, I don't even know. Okay, let's just get into the oracle. We have improving health. Okay, I think you're taking on a healthier mindset when it comes to what you're asking about. And I feel like whatever topic you're asking about, it seems like Spirit is wanting you to build a momentum with it. For example, if you are looking to move, this is saying like keep building up your savings and investing that savings into something that'll help it grow with time, because if you just have a savings sitting there, it is losing value over time as the inflation rates go up as time passes. So we are seeing that. I feel like a lot of you are maturing a lot at this time. And wow, I don't want to sound cynical or pessimistic, but the phrase like it's not all sunshine and rainbows is coming to mind. Like, there are real world adult problems involved in what you're asking about. And it's so weird, and I had a feeling this was going to happen, because like the first 5 groups were so positive, and I was even telling group number 5, I'm like, I'm kind of shocked that all these cards are so positive. And then I just had a feeling once I said that, like, your reading would not be as positive as a message. But it is very uplifting, because, like, we do see that Spirit is encouraging you. They're like, keep building up a healthy mindset first and foremost, because when you have a healthy mindset, like, you have healthy outcomes, So, I don't know. The word how, like, it's like a thing, like, oh, you're delulu. And it's often used to refer to, like, just really believing that a relationship's going to work out. And it's like, yeah, you're delusional. There are so many red flags there that you ignored. That's kind of what I'm seeing here for some of you. I'm so sorry. If you're asking about a relationship, I really want you to seriously ask yourself, has there been red flags that I haven't ignored? Because I kind of feel that for some reason. Okay. And some of you guys may be like kind of falling in love with potential here, to be honest. Like, oh, well, if only they did this, and this, like, it'll all work out. It's like, yeah, but like, who are they in the present moment? What if they never change? Do you love that person? Okay, yep. Yeah. Void of course moon, nothing will come of this situation. I feel really like sorry to deliver this message to some of you, because these answers feel like, I feel the disappointment coming from a lot of you watching, especially if you asked about a relationship or a move. It's not that, if you're asking about a move, it's not that it's impossible, but I feel like it's going to take so much more time than you realize. Or like, if you're asking like, will my business be successful in like 1 month and you just started it, it's like, I hate to break it to you, but I don't know, man. A lot of you, I feel like your heart is in a good place and your intentions are good and you're a beautiful, magical being, but I feel like this answer is going to be a no for a lot of you. Okay. We have the oyster spirit coming through. So much water energy. Pisces with Cancer, now this oyster card here. And the oyster has a pearl inside, very pure heart. This is you. You have a pure heart, beautiful psychic connection, so much water, sensitivity. And the oyster spirit represents protecting that pearl, protecting that heart. And for a lot of you watching, I feel like there is someone or something in your life that you need to protect yourself from, which is what makes this extra sad, because some of you guys are in a living situation with someone who is toxic. And I'm not trying to say that your escape plan, your move isn't going to happen. Keep working towards it. However, I feel like a lot of you, in the pursuit of what you want, need to humble yourself a little bit and realize what you're actually working with. Like if you are living below the poverty line and you're expecting to buy yourself a beautiful like townhouse in the middle of the city, Spirit is saying, like, respectfully humble yourself, because we want you to get out of this situation. Okay, we don't like to see you suffer. And you have to start somewhere. For some of you, you're like, am I going to buy that Lamborghini? Am I going to buy that super expensive car? And Spirit's saying, listen, respectfully, humble yourself. We want you to drive. We want you to have a car. Okay? And currently you don't have that. And it is, affecting you and your mental health. Like, why can't you get the used car? Why can't you get the cheap one? You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it. This energy also, like, if you're talking about love, I feel like it's a whole different message. It's like, honestly, some people don't deserve your love, okay? The oyster card gives me the energy of boundaries, protecting your heart, okay? Don't let your walls down with someone you don't trust, okay? I don't know. There are delusions, though, disillusionment happening with you guys, group number 6. There's something that you are wanting, and Spirit's saying it can't happen like that. I'm not saying it can't happen for all of you. I mean, for some of you, it may not happen at all. It may not be able to happen exactly how you want it. That's the thing. However you want this to manifest, it can't happen like that. But it's not saying you can't have something similar. It's not saying that you can't have what you want altogether. It's just saying you need to adjust the plan and come back down to earth a little bit. Be a little more realistic about what you're actually dealing with, the red flags in your life that you're dealing with for some of you, the resources you have or don't have that you're working with here, the timeline. Like, you need to be a little bit more realistic. We have the 2 of air in reversed, which talks about, again, boundaries, putting walls up, protecting your energy. Seems to be coming through a lot here. Protect your energy, protect your energy. You know what? Honestly, group number 6, a lot of you may be in more of a desperate situation than you realize. Like, more of an unhealthy situation than you realize. We have temptation in reverse. Oh my gosh. Breaking away from toxicity. Again, I come back to this message of like, protect yourself, break away from toxicity, break away from the red flags. Okay, like, rebel against it. Uranus, the shadow attribute of Uranus, is control. Someone wanting to control you, whether it is the system keeping you as a slave, or a relationship that wants to control you. Circumstances that want to control you. You can free yourself 100%. And we have the Queen of Fire in reverse. Now, for a lot of you, I'm going to be honest, I feel like this is your energy. You are a queen, you are a king. You have a lot of beautiful creative ideas. You may be an entrepreneur, an artist, someone with a plan, a lot of ambition, a lot of like vision of what you want. But again, I feel like the vision consumes you. And there's not enough hands-on action taking place here, realistic action. For some of you watching, you may be like literally starving artists in very bad living situations. And, you may view it as quitting your dream if you get a day job. It's Spirit's saying, listen, you gotta eat, you gotta get a place to live that's healthy and good for you. And then once you have that, like, we promise you, you'll have so much more motivation to focus on your art and sell it. This isn't giving up on your dream. If you get out of a relationship that's toxic, for example, you may be telling yourself, like, I'll never experience this love again. Like, what if, I never get this again? And Spirit's saying that is not true. That is the biggest lie you've ever told yourself. Okay? By getting a day job, if your business, your dream just isn't cutting it, that is not giving up on your dream. That is taking care of yourself, taking care of your dream. Because without security, you're nothing. Without security, without root chakra energy, nothing else can evolve. You know, if you don't feel safe in a relationship, if you don't feel safe in your circumstances, if you have no money, no roof, no food, like, how are you supposed to grow from there? That is like the foundation. No health. Who cares if you have money if you don't have health? Who cares if you're in love if, you know, they hit you? Who cares if you're a genius with this amazing plan if you don't have any food in your fridge? I don't know. We're going to get some timing messages for this. Honestly, I feel like the answer is no for a lot of you. Or like what with the advice I gave you with what we said already, like figure out intuitively, is this a yes, no, maybe so to your particular question, okay? We're going to get a timing situation now on what you asked about. Significant timing. We're going to get short-term, mid-term, and long-term timing. So short-term timing, and listen to your intuition, whichever timing message resonates the most. Short-term short-term timing. We have the Page of Wands. Pages give me one energy. I'm seeing 10 though here for some reason. So 10 days, 10 weeks is what I'm seeing. The next fire season. So when the sun is in Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries, whichever one's coming up next at the time that you're watching. At the time of posting, it will be Sagittarius season on November 22nd. In a few days, actually. Sorry, guys, I'm so sick. But short term, I am seeing a lot of good energies happening in the next few days and weeks for you. It feels like you're getting a healthier mindset. A lot more motivation is coming in as well. Ideas, even some travel, some short travel for a lot of you I'm seeing. Which is fun, exciting, inspiration, communication. Page of Wands talks about receiving mail or some sort of message that will help you with some sort of news back is what I'm seeing, that will help you get what you want. And I feel like, here's the thing, here's how I'm seeing this play out. I feel like at the time that you started this reading, your expectations for a situation were way too high. A little bit delusional, a little bit, no offense. I love you guys. You know I love you. And then it's like you take stock of the actual situation with what you're actually working with in the present moment. And then from that humble attitude, I see you being motivated to make some sort of change, phone call, something, or like apply to jobs, something like that. And you're gonna hear back quite quickly because Spirit has been trying to guide you in that direction for a long time, and they like 1,000,000,000% have your back in that direction. So all of that like pent up help from Spirit will come through very quickly. It's almost like the time you decide to sort of like make your expectations a bit more realistic, I feel like so much change will happen from there. So, and that'll all happen within like 10 days, 10 weeks. So midterm timing message. We see the Three of Pentacles, and it's kind of like a little bit in reverse, kind of on its side. And this is giving me 3 months, okay? 3 months. I do feel like in 3 months, people or like a certain person will really notice you and love the work that you do. This has to do a lot with like work for a lot of you, or if you're an artist of some kind, things can take off a lot in the next 3 months, or like in 3 months. If you're asking like, when will I meet someone, 3 months feels like when you start catching someone's attention here. Recognition for your talents and all that you do is what I'm seeing there. 3 months is your second timing message. And your long-term timing message, we have the Empress in reversed. Okay. This is giving me 3 years for the long-term, long haul here. The next 3 years, you're being strongly guided from the universe to really work on yourself, focus on yourself. Okay? Like really work on yourself. And keep working at your dream, your goal, whatever that may be, whether it's your dream life, relationship, or business, or creative pursuit. Keep working towards it. Keep having an abundance mindset. And keep growing it, you know? Like it'll grow into something even bigger than you wanted in the first place. is what I'm seeing here, but you have to start humbly. You know, you have to have humble beginnings. You can't just start off like driving a Lamborghini and having this overnight success. Like, you need to wash some dishes and have a beat up car, and for some of you, a bad breakup, and those experiences under your belt before you manifest the desired outcome. Now, I'm not trying to predict misery here. I just honestly, guys, I'm not predicting misery. I feel like, honestly, like, if I could be really blunt, a lot of you who selected group number 6 already are in misery. And you may not even realize how stressed out you are. Like, I feel like you're already in a situation that has red flags, toxicity written all over it. And Spirit is asking you, protect your heart, protect your inner child. Okay? If you are in a crappy living situation, you need to, like, literally treat yourself like you are simultaneously your parent and your child. Okay? Like, you need to get that child in a safe home with a safe environment. And that child is you. Okay? So what are you going to do? You're going to work hard to get that. Okay? Now think of it again. Like, if you're in an awful, toxic situation, like relationship, do you want your child to live there and have this guy or gal be the role model for them? No, you don't. So why are you letting your inner child deal with this? You got to put your mama bear pants on and say, enough is enough. Like, you will not talk to me or treat me the way that you've been treating me. And you'll work your butt off to get rid of that person. Like, I don't care what it takes. Some of you, this may literally be a literal child that you have that you need to protect as well. But I feel like for the majority of you, it's your own inner child. And I also saw 222 on the camera timer as I was saying that. So that's confirmation, guys. Yeah, there is a situation that you're asking about here, and Spirit's saying nothing will come of this, nothing will come of what you're currently trying to do here about this. It's not that, how do I put this? The way you're going about it feels wrong. Like, I feel like your expectations for it is way too high. You're putting way too much pressure on it. Say, okay, another example. If you're asking about a business or an idea that you're trying to develop, treat that business or that idea like a child. Okay? Are you going to tell a child, like, literally like 2 years into its birth, like, you need to be making $1 million a year. You need to be doing this. Why do you suck? Why aren't you getting me anything? It's like, no, you're going to nurture them. You're going to raise them one step at a time, learn together, and then grow it. You know, everything has a spirit. You, your business, your career has a spirit. Money has a spirit. Other people have spirits. And whatever it is that you're trying to manifest or protect, I'm just getting the sense that you need to literally treat it like a child. Because I feel like you're putting it through craziness and expectations that are too high. So I don't know. I hope this made sense for you guys. Thank you for watching. Short answer, I feel like the answer intuitively is no. Okay, depending on how you asked your question. We had our timing messages. Pick whichever one resonated with you. This could also show like different points of time and the significance of what you asked about. So thank you guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.